Welcome to our exploration of navigating geopolitical tensions. In today's interconnected world, understanding the forces that shape international relations is more important than ever. Geopolitics isn't just about borders and governments, it's about the complex web of interests, alliances, and rivalries that influence global stability. Throughout this video, we'll break down the key drivers of tension, examine real-world examples, and provide practical strategies for individuals and organizations to adapt. Let's begin our journey by defining what geopolitics means in the modern era and why it matters to everyone, not just policymakers. Geopolitical tensions refer to the strain and competition between countries or regions, often driven by conflicting interests, resources, or ideologies. These tensions can manifest as trade disputes, military standoffs, or diplomatic disagreements. Understanding the root causes of these tensions helps us anticipate potential flashpoints and respond effectively. In this scene, we'll look at how historical rivalries, economic competition, and cultural differences contribute to ongoing global friction. By recognizing these patterns, we can better predict and navigate the challenges ahead. Truly understand today's geopolitical tensions, we need to look back at history. Many current disputes have deep roots in past events. Colonialism, wars, and shifting alliances have all left their mark. For instance, the legacy of the Cold War still influences relations between major powers. By examining these historical contexts, we gain insight into why certain regions remain hotspots and why some rivalries persist despite changing time. This perspective is crucial for anyone seeking to navigate the complexities of the modern world. The world's geopolitical landscape is shaped by powerful nations and alliances. The United States, China, Russia, and the European Union are among the most influential actors, each pursuing their own interests. Regional powers like India, Brazil, and Turkey also play significant roles. Understanding who the key players are and what motivates them is essential for making sense of global events. In this scene, we'll introduce these major actors and discuss how their interactions drive both cooperation and conflict. Economic interests are a major driver of geopolitical tensions. Nations compete for access to resources, markets, and technology. Trade disputes can escalate into broader conflicts, affecting everything from supply chains to global prices. Recent examples include trade wars and sanctions that disrupt international commerce. By understanding the economic motivations behind political decisions, we can better anticipate shifts in the global landscape and prepare for their impacts on businesses and consumers alike. Military strength and alliances are central to geopolitical strategy. Countries form alliances for protection and influence, such as NATO or regional defense pacts. Military buildups and exercises can signal intentions or deter adversaries. However, these actions can also raise tensions and trigger arms races. Understanding the balance of power and the role of military alliances helps us interpret international news and anticipate potential conflict. Access to energy and natural resources is a frequent source of geopolitical tension. Countries vie for control over oil, gas, minerals, and water, which are vital for economic growth and security. Disputes over resource-rich regions can lead to diplomatic standoffs or even conflict. By examining recent examples, such as tensions in the South China Sea or Arctic, we see how resource competition shapes global politics and impacts everyday life. The digital age, technology, and cybersecurity have become new arenas for geopolitical competition. Nations invest heavily in innovation, seeking advantages in artificial intelligence, 5G, and other emerging fields. Cyberattacks and espionage are common tactics, targeting both governments and private companies. Understanding the technological dimension of geopolitics is essential for staying ahead in a rapidly changing world. Cultural and ideological differences often fuel geopolitical tensions. Competing values, beliefs, and political systems can create misunderstandings and mistrust. For example, democratic and authoritarian states may clash over human rights or governance models. Recognizing these underlying differences helps us understand why some conflicts are so persistent and difficult to resolve. Certain regions are more prone to geopolitical tensions due to their strategic importance or history of conflict. The Middle East, South China Sea, and Eastern Europe are just a few examples. These hotspots often draw in global powers, increasing the risk of escalation. By focusing on these areas, we can better understand the dynamics that drive international crises and the potential for resolution. Diplomacy is the art of managing international relations through dialogue and negotiation. Successful diplomacy can prevent conflicts, build alliances, and resolve disputes peacefully. However, it requires patience, skill, and a deep understanding of the interests at stake. In this scene, we'll explore how diplomats work behind the scenes to diffuse tensions and promote cooperation. Organizations like the United Nations, World Trade Organization, and International Monetary Fund play crucial roles in managing geopolitical tensions. They provide forums for dialogue, set rules, and offer resources for conflict resolution. While not always successful, these institutions help maintain a degree of order in an often chaotic world. Understanding their functions is key to grasping how global governance operates. Sanctions and other economic measures are powerful tools in the geopolitical toolkit. Countries use them to pressure rivals, punish bad behavior, or influence outcomes without resorting to force. However, sanctions can also have unintended consequences, hurting ordinary people or destabilizing economies. In this scene, we'll discuss how and why these tools are used and their effectiveness in achieving political goals. The age of instant communication, media and information have become battlegrounds for influence. Governments and organizations use news, social media, and propaganda to shape public opinion and advance their agendas. Disinformation campaigns can sow confusion and mistrust, making it harder to resolve tensions. being media literate is more important than ever in navigating today's geopolitical landscape. Geopolitical tensions can have immediate and far-reaching effects on global markets. Stock prices, commodity costs, and currency values often react to international events. Investors and businesses must stay alert to these risks and adapt their strategies accordingly. In this scene, we'll look at how market volatility is linked to geopolitical developments and what it means for the global economy. Conflicts and instability often lead to migration and humanitarian crises. Millions are displaced by war, persecution, or economic hardship, creating challenges for both origin and destination countries. Addressing these issues requires international cooperation and compassion. In this scene, we'll explore the human side of geopolitical tensions and the efforts to provide relief and support. Environmental issues like climate change, pollution, and resource depletion are increasingly sources of geopolitical tension. Countries must balance economic growth with environmental protection, often leading to disputes over responsibility and action. International agreements and cooperation are essential for addressing these global challenges. Understanding the environmental dimension of geopolitics is crucial for building a sustainable future. Non-state actors such as multinational corporations, NGOs, and terrorist groups also influence geopolitical dynamics. These entities can shape policy, provide aid, or create instability. Their actions often transcend borders, making them important players in the global arena. In this scene, we'll discuss how non-state actors contribute to both conflict and cooperation. Public opinion and protest movements can drive change in international relations. Citizens around the world use demonstrations, petitions, and social media to express their views and influence policy. Governments must respond to these pressures, which can sometimes escalate tensions or lead to reform. Understanding the power of public sentiment is key to navigating the modern geopolitical environment. When tensions escalate, effective crisis management is essential to prevent disaster. Governments and organizations use communication, negotiation, and contingency planning to contain conflicts and protect interests. Learning from past crises helps improve future responses. In this scene, we'll examine the tools and strategies used to manage international emergencies. Scenario planning helps governments and businesses prepare for uncertain futures. By imagining different outcomes and their implications, decision-makers can develop flexible strategies. This approach is especially valuable in a volatile geopolitical environment where rapid changes are common. In this scene, we'll explore how scenario planning works and why it's a vital tool for navigating global tensions. Assessing geopolitical risk is crucial for organizations operating internationally. This involves analyzing potential threats, vulnerabilities, and the likelihood of disruption. By identifying risks early, companies and governments can take steps to mitigate them. In this scene, we'll discuss the basics of risk assessment and its role in strategic decision-making. Resilience is the ability to withstand and recover from shocks. In a world of constant geopolitical tension, building resilience is essential for individuals, organizations, and nations. This includes diversifying supply chains, investing in security, and fostering adaptability. In this scene, we'll look at practical steps to enhance resilience in the face of uncertainty. Strong leadership is vital in navigating geopolitical tensions. Leaders must make tough decisions, communicate clearly, and inspire confidence during uncertain times. Their choices can shape the course of events and determine whether tensions escalate or are resolved peacefully. In this scene, we'll highlight the qualities of effective leadership in the global arena. Education and awareness are key to understanding and responding to geopolitical challenges. Staying informed about global events, learning from history, and developing critical thinking skills empower individuals and organizations to make better decisions. In this scene, we'll discuss the importance of education in building a more resilient and informed society. Ethical considerations play a significant role in navigating geopolitical tensions. Decisions made on the international stage can have profound impacts on people and the planet. Balancing national interests with global responsibility is a constant challenge. In this scene, we'll explore the ethical dilemmas faced by leaders and the importance of acting with integrity. While tensions create challenges, they also drive innovation and opportunity. Adapting to new realities can lead to breakthroughs in technology, diplomacy, and business. By viewing change as an opportunity rather than a threat, individuals and organizations can thrive even in uncertain times. In this scene, we'll highlight examples of innovation born from adversity. South China Sea is a prime example of ongoing geopolitical tension. Multiple countries claim territory and resources in the strategic region, leading to frequent disputes and military posturing. The involvement of major powers adds complexity and risk. By examining this case, we gain insight into the challenges of managing competing interests and the importance of diplomacy. The crisis in Ukraine illustrates how quickly geopolitical tensions can escalate into conflict. Competing interests, historical grievances, and external involvement have created a complex and volatile situation. The international response highlights the challenges of balancing support, sanctions, and diplomacy. Studying this case helps us understand the risks and responsibilities of global engagement. As we look to the future, navigating geopolitical tensions will remain a critical challenge. The world is becoming more interconnected and complex, requiring new approaches and fresh thinking. By staying informed, building resilience, and fostering cooperation, we can help shape a more peaceful and prosperous global community. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of geopolitics.